You know, it's one of those drums I knew of, but I just don't know why I knew of it. This drum has, for me, the unique distinction of being probably the only drum I have and own which I knew existed, but I don't know why I knew it existed. For those unfamiliar with the sort of, I suppose, lineage of these particular drums, Jeff Ochletree designed, about 20 years ago, designed the Peisty Spirit of 2002 snare drums, of which there is one up there out of sight, and I've done a video on that one already. Then came the Peisty TreeBronze series. Again, I've done a video on one of those because a very nice man lent me his drum to check out for a couple of weeks. So again, thanks, Matt. I know you haven't got it anymore, but thanks, Matt, anyway. And after that came the TreeBronze series, and as I said, I'm fairly sure that's the lineage of these drums. I found posts going back relating to these drums to 2008, when I think they were around that time they were new. I mean, I got this drum a couple of months ago, and possibly wasn't the smartest financial move on my part that I've made this year, but certainly in terms of collecting drums and owning drums, it was a fantastic move. But I jumped on this when apparently it was only up on the website for 4 hours before I grabbed it, and I couldn't wait to get hold of it. As I said, you know, it's one of those drums I knew of, but I just don't know why I knew of it. So if you're not familiar with these drums at all, Danny Carey of Tool is quite famous for having used Peisty 14x8 snares, and I know he also owns one of these as well. It's a tremendously heavy snare, and I will very briefly pick it up. I've actually hurt my back, so picking this drum up is going to be a bit of a difficulty, so you're just going to have to ignore the groaning, and it's not put on, it genuinely is. I've hurt my back, and this weighs at least 25 pounds, and well, yeah, you know what, I'll give you a look at it now, and this is the best you're going to get, unfortunately, so you're going to have to look up for. I'll stick some photos in. There's the badge, which I quite like, actually. It's rather large, but you know, it's got those sort of Ochletree lugs. You've got the I think they're cast hoops, actually. The only thing I don't like about this particularly is that, but you know what, I'll live. It's got the corresponding butt plate, and it's got a 5mm bronze shell, which, as you'll see there in the, you know, it's catching the light down here. It's very, very precise. I love that about this drum. Very precise. You've got the snare bed kind of back there, and that's the best I'm going to do. Hold that. Pure sound wires, and I think there is a number in here somewhere. I forget where it is now, but it's too bad. I'm going to have to sit down. So, as I said, it's got a 5mm thick shell, which puts it on par with the Peisty 2002 snare drum, which is amazing. And it seems to me, having seen sort of, you know, lots of photos of these drums as well, that quite a few of them turn out in that sort of more sort of toasty, burnt, tarnished finished. I mean, I actually like them in both sort of incarnations. I don't know whether that was deliberate. I'm guessing probably not, given that the majority of the photos I've seen of these things are in fact this colour and not the sort of darker toastier brown. But you know, I quite like them in both incarnations, whether it was deliberate or not. I mean, this one is, I mean, physically this is in excellent condition. It's got a few battle scars on it and things, but you know what, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to me. The only peculiarity about this, and it is actually this strainer, is that it's a bit loose there. I may actually, I've got a couple of spare trick strainers and if I can retrofit one on here just for practical purposes, I might actually do that. But you know, it's just, this is an amazing drum. This is in fact, when I bought this one, this was the only time, admittedly, hand up, I don't actually go looking for these all of the time either, but this was the only time I've ever seen one of these up for sale, you know, some of these up for sale. And then, very strangely, as I said, within the last week, another one's come up, which, you know, it obviously breaks that mould, I suppose. I mean, these are touted as very rare, and I've no doubt that they are in fact very rare, given that the production of them doesn't seem to have been that wide a window. This is what it sounds like. Thank you for watching, and the name at the end of the video is the name of the previous owner who passed away, so rest in peace to him. Thanks for watching.